Hello folks, welcome to the canal channel Jose. Today we're going to show you, give you an idea how to replace the hood lifts on this 2010 Toyota Camry. This applies for the 2007 to 2011 Toyota Camry. And the piston lifts or the hood lifts, they usually cost from anywhere from $15 to $40 per piston or lift. So we bought these on Amazon for about $40 for both of them. So today we're going to show you how you can replace them if you buy them yourself, so you don't have to take it to a shop and you can save some money on the labor. It's pretty simple. We're going to show you how to replace both of them, and with that said, let's get started. So you're about to replace the lifts. So what you do is that you get some vice grips, and if the hood doesn't stay up, what you can do is you can put a vice grips right where the piston and the rod are when you fully open the hood, and you clamp it in there. So what that's gonna keep doing is gonna keep the piston from the rod from going into the piston. So that gives you an option to work on the other side. So these pistons are done. So what you can do is, it doesn't matter if you're gonna put marks into the old ones, but on my case I can't use those anymore. So I put the vice grips, I work on one side. Once I'm done with one side, then that piston is gonna hold my hood up where I can work on the other side. So with that said, let's get started on one side. When you get the pistons out of the box, sometimes they don't come with these attachments on. They come in like this, so you gotta screw them into the bottom. So it should look like this, one end and the other end like this. So what you do is you screw both of these into the ends of the lift, and they're not the same. The flat one goes into the bottom, and the more rounder one goes into the top one. So we start screwing them on. You can see it's threaded. Make sure it's tight. And then once you screw one end, we go to the second one, to the other end. Just thread it. So we make sure you don't cross thread these. Make sure it's tight. So now we got both ends on. So now we're ready to take one of the lifts off and replace it with the new one. Okay folks, so you're ready to replace the lifts on your hood of your car, and then the only tool you're gonna need is a flathead screwdriver, a small one, so you can pry open the locking device that is holding the lift into the hood or the base. And doesn't matter when you're replacing them what side goes on what side. The only thing that you just be careful that you be conscious that you're taking one lift off, so you don't move too much the hood for the other side. So with that said, we're going to show you what we mean by the flathead screwdriver for the mechanism. So we'll show you. So what we're going to be doing, we're on the driver's side lift of the hood. So what we're going to do is we fit the flathead screwdriver in, and we pull the locking out. Be careful if you pull it all the way out to hold it so it doesn't bounce around. So once you pull that out, you can pull that base off of the hood, and you can continue on the bottom one. So this top base goes into the ball base of the hood, and what this does is it goes in, so it pivots, and then this locking device hugs it from the back, so it pulls it so it doesn't come out of it. So we're gonna take it off and show you what we mean. So this locking device, we're gonna push it in so you can see how it comes in the front. As you can see, it hugs some of the base, so it keeps the base from coming out. So we're gonna pull it all the way out so you can see the shape of it. This is the locking device that hugs the base, and it doesn't let straight out so it doesn't pull away from the base, and that goes inside right there. So once the ball is in there, that keeps it from sliding out. So that's how the locking device hugs that base. So now that we have taken the upper one, we lower and we've cleared this to the side so we can get the locking device out, away, open it, so it's like a C, and when we pull it away from the base, it does this, so it lets us pull this out from the base. So we do that now. Now folks, that you can see that there's no lift on the driver's side, so we just have the passenger side helping us as a support to hold the hood by using the vice grips and holding the piston from collapsing. So now we take in the old one out, and if you compress it you're gonna find out that it's still gonna push out, but that's just because there's no weight or tension on it. So the new one, what we grab it and we start putting it into the bases, and we lock it in place, and we continue with the passenger side. Okay folks, so this is the base that is going to be on the top, and as you can see, there's that little clip in there that you have to open before you start sliding it into the base. And to do that, you slide the flathead screwdriver right back here, and be careful, you gotta pull it away. Gotta pull it away just a little bit like that, where it's still right there, and you can push it forward. Otherwise that clip is gonna bounce off and fly away and hit you in the face maybe. So don't pull it too far, just control it as you're pulling it away, so it clears out the path. As you can see, that and this one is ready to go, and this one is still obstructing the path of the base if the base wants to be put in. So you set them like this, and you start guiding them on the top and then on the bottom base. So now that we have the locking device pulled away, so we have a clear path, we push it into the base, and then we lock it, push the locking device in so it locks it in the top base, and then we go to the bottom and we do the same thing to the bottom. So now we have replaced the driver's side lift for the hood, and now we have to replace the passenger side lift. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to take the vice grips off and see the piston. The new piston holds the weight of the hood by itself. So we take off this one, and if it doesn't, then this one will collapse, because this is what's holding it right now from the beginning. So now we take the vice grips off. Be careful, hold your hood, remove the vice grips, and let it go slowly. So now we have this piston to replace. The new one is doing the job of two pistons at this moment, so we replace this one. So now this is the passenger side upper base, so we remove the locking device, and then we remove the bottom one to remove the piston away from the bases. Okay folks, so this is the driver's side piston or lift, and as you can see, it has some work or some life, but as you can remember, the whole hood was falling off, so it wasn't holding at all. This is the passenger side. completely useless. So this was the complete failure, and all the work was being done by this piston, which was the driver's side, but it wasn't enough, because right now a brand new one is doing the whole job of 2 pistons. We haven't installed the other one, so eventually this one was gonna fail sooner. So that's why we replace them on pairs, so that way you got 2 lifts, so you don't overwork one piston more than the other. So we installed a new one. So what you want to do is you get both bases, both sides ready to be installed into the base of the hood and the car. And what I done is I have slid this locking device a little bit upwards from where it used to sit, so it is open, there's no obstruction, top and bottom base. So we're gonna see, if you need to, you can move it a little bit more. So you just push it a little bit more away. Be careful not to overdo it, because it's gonna bounce away. So then we put it on the car. And well, folks, we replaced the hood lifts on this 2010 Toyota Camry. So now we're gonna open it. We're gonna just barely lift it a little bit. We're gonna see it's holding itself at this height. The lifts are holding the hood. So we lift it a little bit more, and then look, eventually opens itself. So it's a really convenient replacement, really helpful. And like we said, there's this height is still holding itself, so it's really simple. So it's pretty easy replacement if you buy the parts yourself. There's nothing into it. This is for a 2007-2011 Toyota Camry. So if you like this video, give us a thumbs up, share it, and we'll see you soon with more videos here en el canal de Chano Jose.